She was born in a concrete prison in Israel, along with other macaque monkeys bred for experimentation. Her fate has been decided, but she has no idea. She snuggles into her mother's arms and sleeps. But she suddenly wakes to large gloved hands pulling her away from her mother. She and her mother both scream in fear and cling to each other desperately, but he overpowers their embrace. And he tears her away from her mother and throws her into a cage. She will never see her mother again. She has been sold to a researcher in the UK who will restrain, poke, and operate on her until he is satisfied. She does not understand what she has done to deserve this. Every day she will beg to go home, but her human captors will not hear her. She is nothing more to them than a tool. She deserves better. Macaque monkeys are just a small percentage of the millions of animals who are injured and killed every year in the name of research. Others include dogs, cats, rabbits, guinea pigs, mice, rats, horses, birds, and primates. They are subjected to a wide variety of experiments for profit and for legal requirements. These include cosmetics, military, pharmaceutical, psychological, agricultural, chemical, and medical experiments. Some will be non-invasive. Some will cause death. Animal experiments include shocking, poisoning, operating, burning, irradiating, gassing, and dismembering. All will be caged in an artificial environment that deprives them of experiencing life as nature intended. The vast majority will end up dead. Monkeys' heads are fixated and they only get water as long as they do not struggle. Rats are starved until their weight is less than half their normal weight to study the effects of anorexia. Guinea pigs have to endure noise trauma in order to prove that noises cause hearing impairment. Rats are subjected to electric shocks to make them feel desperate in order to study depression. Dogs are force-fed chemicals until 50% of them are dead. The outdated Drays test is done by placing rabbits into stocks to immobilize their bodies and to keep their paws away from their eyes. Their eyelids are clipped open, sometimes for days at a time. Chemicals are poured into their eyes that sometimes lead to painful ulcers, burns, and blindness. To conduct medical tests on animals, healthy animals must first be made sick. Diabetes in animals is caused by destroying the cells of the pancreas with poison. Heart attacks are caused by constriction of the coronary arteries. Animals are often not given pain relief and are left to suffer through these tests. Canadian law states that drugs must be tested on animals before they are tested on humans. However, many of the tests conducted on animals today were developed in the 1940s, an era where our understanding of how chemicals interact with the human body was very basic. Animal toxicity tests are scientifically unreliable for assuring human safety because animals and humans can respond very differently to the same chemicals. Medicines that were successful in animal experiments fail in more than 90% of later clinical trials on people because they either do not work or because they have too many side effects. More than 40 non-animal tests have been validated for use and are emerging every year. These include 3D skin models made from donated post-surgery human skin and synthetic human skin. Other tests use advanced computer models to simulate the effects of chemicals and substances on the whole body. These modern alternatives offer the latest in science and technology, and in many cases are better at determining how humans react to a chemical or a substance than animal-based tests from the last century. Alternative tests have been proven to be quicker, more reliable, and cost-effective. What you can do. Write to your Member of Parliament to indicate your support for Bill S-214, which proposes to ban the sale of cosmetics tested on animals. Do not buy cosmetics, personal care products, or cleaning products that have been tested on animals or that contain animal ingredients. Look for cruelty-free logos on packaging before purchasing. Vote no to unnecessary animal testing when you choose your politicians. Insist that alternative methods of testing are used whenever possible. Insist that animals used in medical experiments are treated ethically, are given pain management, and are retired to sanctuary after experiments are finished. Animals are crying out in pain. It is up to each of us to speak up for their rights. Thank you.